This is Gregatron. I want to talk to y'all real quick. This is ridiculous. So I was watching the Larry Elder show, and he was talking about these two professors who were on some dumb news network. There was a woman on there who said, and I'll put the link in his video. And I don't even make YouTube videos like that anymore, but I had to talk about this because this is just ridiculous. There was a woman on this network, a black woman, who said Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars because of slavery, pretty much. She used a bunch of big words and a bunch of words with no meaning, but it all boiled down to slavery. Talking about black pain and all this. How are you talking about black people's pain when it comes to these two men when they're both millionaires, if not billionaires, definitely millionaires? What does slavery have to do with any of this? Where is the personal accountability? These are both grown adult men, grown males with buku money. And one of them assaults another one, and you're saying basically slavery is the reason for that. You're only saying that because they're both black or because Will Smith is black. So my question, let me ask this. If Will Smith was black and if Chris Rock was white, would you feel the same way? Or if Will Smith was white and if Chris Rock was still black, would you feel the same way? Or if both characters were white and one of them slapped the other one, would you feel the same way? Like, isn't that dumb? Like, and my next question is, how much longer are y'all gonna blame slavery for everything? I mean, everything. Like, if a black person makes a mistake, it could just be, oh, I didn't tie one of my shoes. Or, oh, I left my keys in the car. Or, oh, I forgot I had a doctor's appointment. It could be something dumb. Oh, man, I got a dentist appointment this week. I forgot. Something simple, something silly, and y'all blame that on slavery. Come on, people. Slavery been over for 150 years. The last slave died in 1970, 1971. Sylvester Maggie, and he was 131 years old. And he would be ashamed of y'all. Like, not Will Smith and Chris Rock. I'm saying he would be ashamed of the state of black folks, period. I mean, y'all are blaming slavery for pretty much everything. Crime, that's because of slavery. In what way? And then some people say, well, it's not slavery itself, it's the effect that happened after slavery. That's not true either. When you talk about redlining and the black codes and these different things, for one, it's the Democratic Party. So why support the Democratic Party when you know they're the ones who push these policies? But after slavery, blacks were doing very well financially. They were opening up their own businesses. They were having children under the umbrella of marriage. Blacks were doing very well. They were inventing different things. They were doing good up until Lyndon B. Johnson pushed the welfare state in the 60s. And he's a Democrat. And it's been going downhill ever since that happened. But prior to the 60s, blacks were actually doing very well. So whenever people say, well, black people are in this state because of slavery and Jim Crow, that's not true. The welfare state is the worst thing that could have happened to black people, in my opinion. But back to the Will Smith thing, I mean, if a millionaire celebrity can't be held accountable for his own actions, what makes you think an average black like you or me is going to be held accountable for his or her actions? Just think about that. And what kind of message does this send to the kids, the youths, the utes? What if a kid at school slaps another kid or punches them or whatever? And they say, Johnny, why'd you hit him? Why'd you do that? Well, Mrs. So-and-so, Will Smith did it. He didn't get in trouble. I mean, he did, but they're blaming it on slavery. And that dumb professor on that video, she's not the only person who said that. There's a lot of different, answers, but they're all similar in the same. They're pretty much saying the same thing. But, I'm just rambling at this point. Like, I'm stunned. Like, I'm shocked. It's like you're openly saying we're not as good as white people because we have to blame this. We have to blame our actions on this, right? But you're saying that in the lens as if black people were the only people who were slaves, which is not true. Every color of people was a slave at one point in history. That includes the Asians. That includes the Europeans in some cases. Every color or ethnicity, whatever you want to call it, everybody was a slave at some point in time. So you can't just keep blaming actions of individuals in 2020, 2021, 2022. You can't just keep blaming these individuals' actions on something that ended over 100 years ago. Because like I said, different colors of people were slaves. And they're not blaming slavery. So why are we the only ones blaming slavery? See what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Just when is enough? Really. When is enough? Like, I saw a story where you guys know about the black man who shot up the subway and the train station. And they're blaming that on pretty much the same thing. Where's the accountability? If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. Own up to it. You'll grow if you own up to that mistake. If you get a DUI, you'll learn, okay, I'm not going to do that again. You guys know what I'm saying. A mistake is a mistake. God sees all these mistakes the same. He's not judging one over the other. I'm sure there's different levels to different mistakes or crimes or whatever. But as an individual, you need to take responsibility. Like, y'all are defending Will Smith. I keep going back to that because that's kind of what this video is about. But y'all are defending Will Smith for being violent towards another human being who was not violent towards him first. Like, that in itself is messed up. Like, if I go beat up somebody who is not assaulting me first, and if I go to jail for that, would I be super surprised? Why would I be? Now, if I'm getting attacked and I fight back, that's a different story. But either way, none of this has anything to do with slavery. Does that make sense? Nothing. Zero. None. Nada. Impossible. This video's 10 minutes. I just wanted to get off my chest real quick. That's just ridiculous. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.